Yo, what's going on, Steeler Nation? We are back with episode 219. We'll just call it 219 of the Steel Factory podcast. Sorry for missing last week. We're just busy, whatever. I'm joined by my co-host today.
What's going on?
Wait, I don't think Chewy picked up there, did he? Shit, are we fucked?
Did I?
Oh, no, we're there. We're good. All right, then. Well, I mean, this game just about does it. At any shot we had in the playoffs, the slim chances we had, yeah, you could just bury it. I mean, 5-8, 4 games out. Could you play for 9-8? Why? If it's just gonna take you from like the 17th pick or like the 10th pick, who cares? I mean, and this game seems so winnable, like many of the other games, especially the other games that were at home as well this year. And I think you guys are over it, kind of. Like, there's no sense in getting frustrated. We knew this season was going somewhere. But me, I'm just pumping shine no matter what for this team.
Yeah, you were holding out hope.
So yeah, I'm basically buried now. What do you guys think of the game?
I mean, if anything, it showed me how much better Kenny is than Mitch, which is cool.
It's
I thought
fucking terrible.
if we're gonna be rolling with Kenny for a while, and I know some of us here are hoping that's not the case. At least it looks like he's better than Mitch. Mitch looked like complete dog shit. I know. I after that second interception, or I don't even know if it was the second one, but after that interception right before halftime, I was fucking done.
Yeah.
It was second?
I think it was a second. I'll say this. I don't want to talk about Mitch. We knew who he was, but all 3 of those interceptions, they were worse than any of the picks Kenny has thrown all year. I'm gonna be real, and that's all I'll chime in terms of Mitch.
Honestly, our defense pretty fucking weak, dude. It's
They looked soft out there for a rivalry game. Soft.
Yeah.
The D line. Oh, I don't even. So apparently, this was the report. This guy, his arm is so bad that, or he just couldn't get accurate balls out during warm-ups, that the Ravens had their long snapper throwing balls to their receivers or tight ends or whatever, instead of this guy in the pregame warm-ups who just got like, you could have a guy dressed that's on the practice squad now because of the the COVID extended rosters or whatever. This guy wasn't even on the active roster, I believe. He was a practice squad guy that they suited up for this game because Lamar's out. This is stupid. This guy played more than a quarter and a half. And fucking Harbaugh goes, "Oh, that drive where I guess they started like on their own 5, or not even then, like their own 2." And this fucking guy Harbaugh goes, that drive that he led them down to get a field goal to basically ice the game. They wasted 8 minutes. That'll go down as one of the best drives in the history of this rivalry. And that fucking pissed me off. What did you guys think of that? Because that was the game right there. That fucking 8-minute drive.
Honestly, Harbaugh's such a little fucking bitch. I hate him. He's a little bitch ass coach, dude. I don't really think he's that great of a coach. I mean, I just don't really see it with him. He's probably like Tomlin tier, and even then, I still think Tomlin takes the cake a little bit. I just don't like him. I don't really like him at all. His brother is probably a better coach, to be honest. I know he won the Super Bowl, but at least his brother plays with balls, not John.
I think Harbaugh's a good coach, but I think he's probably a little overrated.
Like Tomlin, I'd say. Honestly, they're the exact same. This is why this rivalry always gets up. The coaches are the exact same. They're good coaches. Are they a little overrated? Maybe. Have they accomplished anything the last 5-8 years? No. Dude, have they done good? Yes, they have done good. Do they typically turn out like good teams year in, year out? Yeah, they do. And it is what it is, And it sucks that honestly, first and foremost, this game sucked the most because Kenny's been making progress the past couple weeks. I'm gonna be the first to say that always, and he couldn't get the chance to take another step this week because at this point in the season, that's what we're playing for. We want to see what we got out of this rookie. We want to see him continue to make progress, and he couldn't play his first game against the Ravens, and that fucking sucked. Was it his fault?
You know what it's
Probably.
I was gonna say, you know what it's like, sticking with like this coaching talk right now. It what it's like right now is I've been like a Tomlin truther basically throughout most of the season. Yeah, I've been like, I don't really see us ever really firing Tomlin. That's kind of the boat I've been on the hill I've been dying on. But going forward, I feel like we're almost on the outside looking in of a lot of these fucking sick ass like coaches and coordinators, dude. Like Brian DeBoer and with the Giants, like out of nowhere, the Giants were decent. Daniel Jones is a terrible quarterback. Like he's not good, and like they're fucking. I know they've been on a losing streak, but that's literally because they're playing like their sixth and seventh string wide receivers, right? And then you have the Bills head coach who's also brand new, and like that offense is crazy good. And then the Lions offense is also crazy good. And I know they're also super talented and stuff, but like there's so many offensive minded coaches in the league nowadays, and we're just kind of stuck with this like fucking like super low tier of of coach. Like fucking Matt Canada's a terrible coach.
Yeah,
He's like
we've been saying that
he's
we're
a high school
really.
football coach.
Yeah, that'd be an insult to high schools. I think someone said that in the media this year. But we're really just far behind in all this. You know what I mean? Um, just the front office has really let us down the past couple years. And I know we've been in transition. We missed what's his name? Or what's his name? Oh, who's Kevin Colbert was on his way out. Maybe he just didn't have it anymore, and he couldn't deliver. Um, but Tomlin apparently, what was that?
Do you blame the front office for not going after OC, or is it the ownership that's not willing to go outside of the Pittsburgh area?
That's out of the Pittsburgh area. I mean,
come on.
They can't pay anyone moving fees.
Tomlin apparently has, well, especially with Colbert gone, Tomlin has the biggest hand in the mix of all this. He could have fired Canada. It's his hire. I'm sure there's consultants around. I'm sure Kevin Colbert still has a hand in things. I'm sure he's giving them advice here and there. But they got to do something. This D coordinator kind of sucks too. Another promote from within. The guy was a failure in Cincinnati not even 5 years ago. He's our OC now. It's the same talk. It's the same shit we've been saying all year long. That the OC was getting a lot of the blame, respectfully so, but the D coordinator has not been impressive in his first year. Our cornerbacks suck, and they didn't even get tested this week. It just the D line just got exposed, and I'm gonna say they're aging. And honestly, I think that should be a priority this offseason. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah, I think a lot of bad moves are just catching up right now. We've missed on some like early draft picks. They haven't been worth the draft capital, and like we're paying for it right now. Where we're feeling like there's just a lot of talent that's missing, and that's just not there. Like all over the fucking board.
I feel like we're still sticking to that same model of like 15 years ago when we were ahead of the curve, and now we're just on the same model and we're way behind the curve.
This whole
in
defense
terms of ownership,
thing,
front office.
Like
don't we have?
Go for it.
I was gonna say we have like one of the smallest like front offices, like analytics teams, and we have the smallest everything in the league as far as like front offices go.
Yeah, I mean, where we lack in some areas, you got to pick up, and that's kind of been the Steelers. We always have like the best talent, and this I think this is where everything is going wrong right now. Is we're missing on a lot of these picks, and we're getting fucked. The Shazier thing fucking sucked. Choosing to stick with Tuitt over Hargrave fucking sucked. We didn't know Tuitt was gonna lose his brother in that tragedy. Missing on draft picks, because the Steelers, they got fucking studs every year, man. How many guys on defense do you just think, wow, he could have been defensive player of the year, he was defensive player of the year, Hall of Famer, stuff like that. And then now, well, not even just that, you're just getting the right pieces around them and the right price, and then now we're missing on guys that we're thinking could play cornerback. We do have some guys on defense. Cam Hayward, I don't know, man. Is he aging? We could debate that this offseason. TJ Watt's playing injured. Minka is the best player on our defense this year, hands down.
Yeah, easily.
And I do think we did right with Edmonds. You know, he could be a good component in a defense, but he'll be overshadowed, of course. But just the middle linebackers, they're not doing any good. And I thought Brian Flores was gonna have a hand. I think that was his specialty this year for us. And Bush and Spillane are god awful. I don't even think Miles Jack has been that good down the stretch. He was the first month of the season, but now it's just kind of is even there. And I know, and now that we're kind of toward this point, let's just put Mark Robinson in there. Let's just see what he has. You know, is that a stretch? Kind of.
I would do that.
At this point, you want to see it happen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what there is, because he can't even get on the field for special teams. He's a game day scratch every week. It's you know, it's above my pay grade. I don't do shit here. That's the rant though.
Should we send some emails to Mike T at Steelers.com?
Coach Mike T. You know, man,
Coach Clown.
I want to back Tomlin to the end, but I'm really getting tested this year. You know, really getting tested this year.
It's kind of funny. This is our first shitty year, and we're all like, the sky's falling for us.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's a lot of winnable games where it's like, okay, did we get out coached there? Were our players ready? Why are they soft? Special teams, how fucking awful have they been this year? Especially when you have a rookie quarterback, you need your defense to be solid. You need to be clicking on all three phases. Presley Harvin, I think I'm done with him this year. He was a fucking draft pick too. That's another fucking miss. 17-yard punt. Are you fucking kidding me? I feel like for every good punt, there's like 3 bad punts for him, and it's stupid. And not even top of that.
A lot, man.
Yeah, we do punt a lot. The past couple games we haven't punted like at all in the first half. But
yeah, you're right.
As soon as Kenny, yesterday we were throwing picks. Yeah, no, but we were like, you know, 4 out of 5 drives in the first half. We were putting points on the board. We weren't punting, but and then there was opportunity. All right, let's get down him inside the 10. Touchback. It's annoying. And Danny Smith seems like a cool guy, but I think it's over for him. I'd like to see a clean house in the coaching staff. Maybe give the D coordinator another year. If Brian Flores sticks around, who knows? Maybe he steals the job.
I would take that.
Is that gonna do it for the Ravens? It's just really eye opening where we're at now, and now that I could officially say playoff chances are over, we could finally, you know, look towards what we could see, you know, the rest of the year, and fucking fire Matt Canada at this point. Like, what's the point here? I mean,
yeah, it definitely feels like this team isn't just like, it's actually like just in shambles. Like, there's nothing that's really super salvageable. The whole offense, like just,
we need a whole new left side of the line. We need another receiver. How about this? Why is George Pickens not getting any targets here? Why is Deontay getting like double-digit targets week in and week out? Why are we throwing goal balls, jump balls to a 5'10" guy that should really be in the slot most of the time?
I just thought of something. Positives. Deontay had some nice catches.
He did. But it's like, why are we? This goes back to Matt Canada also. Like, Deontay, like I get like Mitch and Deontay probably have a good connection, and I guess that's why Mitch was going to him a lot. But even before that, since we didn't make a video after the Falcons game, Pickens had like 2 targets, 1 reception for like 2 yards. And I'm surprised we won that game. Actually, no, I thought we would win that game, but I'm surprised we got that close. Pickens needs to be more involved. I don't know why. And they made a big thing in the media last week, of course, because of Steelers. I think Pickens had every right to act the way he did. But I guess we won't touch on that because like that's last week's news. It's just a mess, man. It's a mess. And I don't know if I won't say we're not more than a year away. It's easy to say that though, but it's like, you know, one off season could just do it, man.
I think we're 2 years away from being a year away.
I would take
I'll
that.
take that.
I'll take that.
Honestly, I just want a coordinator that knows how to use his weapons. Look at the 49ers, how they get their players the ball. If we could do that for Freiermuth and Pickens, I think we'd have a pretty solid offense.
I don't get it, dude. Like literally every good coordinator, their game plan is get the ball to your best players. Like it's simple as that.
Did you see how Kelsey was like 20 yards open?
We were watching Red Zone after the game, and I literally was like talking about that for 5 minutes straight. I was like, "This is your number one weapon, and this guy is fucking open in the middle of the field."
Exactly,
He's a good player, but Andy Reid set that up.
And it's like Mahomes doesn't need to be that accurate. Mahomes could be that accurate. He could thread the needle, but like, bro.
Look at the 49ers with the last pick in the draft, 35-7.
Watching fucking Mahomes, he's fucking
it's
good.
Kenny's not going to be Mahomes. Kenny's not going to be Josh Allen. But seeing how good or how many points guys like Jared Goff and Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins are putting up this year, you could do anything if you have a above average offensive coordinator, man.
Shit, even Tua's not even good. And
is Tua good? Dude,
Tua's not good. His stats are like amazing.
His stats are amazing.
I saw one thing. He was like 3 for 17 at one point in the Sunday night game.
He was terrible last game. Tua's not good. He's
a system quarterback. Elite. I mean, this is what happens when guys come out of Alabama.
He's like elite at getting the ball out super fast, and he underthrows every ball, and that's why like Tyreek and Waddle, like two of the fastest guys in the league, don't get any fucking yards after the catch. He just underthrows every fucking ball, so they have to run back to it. But that offense is still crazy good because Tyreek and Waddle are open all the time anyway.
And their coordinator or their
head coach. I mean, this is why I'm like, I'm starting to be on the, can Thomas still make it in this league? Is he aging out? Is he washed? Is he just, sometimes you just don't got it anymore. Sometimes, the messages, they get old. And I'll pump the brakes on that till at least the end of next year, honestly. Moving forward, we have the fucking Panthers who, honestly, I thought this was an easy win on the schedule, but this team looks awful now. The Steelers look awful now. The Panthers went toe-to-toe with the Seahawks, who are having a really good year with Geno Smith. All right, there's nothing too. Geno Smith is looking good now.
Yeah.
Add that to the Kirk Cousins, the Jared Goffs, the Daniel Jones that are putting up decent years. It is what it is, man.
I mean, the Seahawks.
What was that?
The Seahawks defense is also terrible.
Brother.
It's actually terrible.
I saw that the Panthers were able to just run the ball all over them, and the Seahawks had the worst run defense. Even their coordinator realizes, this is what you could do. This is how you could game plan.
Shit, we have the same problem.
Does anyone know anything about the Panthers though? Before we get into like predictions and Chewy reads off the lines and all that.
Deontay Foreman's pretty good at running back. DJ Moore, he'll get a lot of targets, but his quarterback's completely terrible all the time, so he's not much of a factor.
Who's starting?
Darnold.
Oh boy, it's interesting.
All right, go. Not all to say about the Panthers. Is it actually?
Nah, dude, it's probably the worst game of the week. We'll probably get the 8th string announcers this week.
Fuck. I got kind of excited to get Kevin Harlan this week. I was like, oh man. And then Kenny gets injured, so the game's chalked. What were those announcers we had against the Falcons too? Those are really bad.
I heard that was a camera guy for the.
He filled in.
He filled in. Anything else about the Panthers though before we just read off some predictions and then just call it a night?
They have
better than the record.
Yeah, they have a decent set of running backs. Chuba Hubbard and Deontay Foreman are pretty solid. Or Chuba, I think it's Chuba.
And our run defense has been suspect the past couple weeks too.
The whole season? Yeah.
Yeah. They were clicking for a bit, but then I think that was when we were facing some pass-heavy teams. We'll see, though.
The Panthers are weird because they've, legit been in contention for worst team in the league.
But at the same time, too, their division is wide open, right?
Yeah, at one point in the season, they were like, oh, the Panthers are actually terrible.
They fired the coach, didn't they? In the first month?
Yeah, they fired their
Matt Rule,
What was
right?
it, Mike Reich?
Matt
Matt
Rule.
Rule. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And then now they're like on pace to looking decent, which is surprising.
I've seen that I think they do have a positive record with their interim head coach now.
They're second in their division, man. Might want to
They
go to
have
the
stuff.
playoffs.
They have stuff to play for. Especially the Bucks just lost, right? Weren't the Bucks ahead?
Yeah, they're one game behind the Bucks.
Oh
in their
my
division.
god.
Imagine having the Bucks in the playoffs. Fuck.
And yeah, Tom Brady gets to face. Who would be in the first round?
30.
Probably the
Niners got their division. I'm assuming they have. I'm assuming the Bucks have the 4th seed. Who would they get in the wild card? You think?
Oh yeah, maybe the Cowboys.
It'd be the Cowboys.
Fuck.
The Eagles are.
The Cowboys choke in the wild card. Then he gets to play Mr. Irrelevant in the second round, and then he goes to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Philly.
They kicked their ass last year.
Jesus.
Is Tom Brady gonna make a run? I could see it.
I could see him getting to the divisional.
I'd end it if he did.
No, the Buccaneers.
Hey, should we fucking lose this game to give the Panthers in?
Yeah. We should lose regardless of what
let's be honest. I know some of us were pumping shine and wanted to win last game, so that way we would need 7 other things to go right for us to make the playoffs. But now that we lost,
it wasn't 7 things.
It was 3 of 7.
It seemed reasonable. You just needed like the Jets and Chargers to lose like a game or two, and the Ravens to lose one more game outside of the games we beat them. So they would have had to lose 3 of their last 5. But yeah, we're just looking at like 3 other teams. But yeah, now it's like, okay.
You can do that like the last 2 weeks of the season, but with a month left, you can't be.
It's just weird though, because I know we're used to, at this point there being only 3. Now there's 4 still. Especially, as soon as December turns, you're thinking, all right, January, like it's playoffs start. But we're playing 2 games in January this year, like last year too. The 17th game is I'm still getting used to it. I'm not complaining though. More football. You're not a fan?
I think they should have just went to 18 and made it even.
17 is an ugly number, yeah. Fuck it. Should we get into predictions then?
What's the score or the over under?
Chewy got it.
Over under is 38.5. And the Steelers
that's pretty low.
Are not. The Panthers are favored -2 in this game.
And they're home. All right.
Damn, so they have it going 20-18.
Let's get into predictions then. Oh, wait. Does Kenny play this game, you think? Yeah, right?
Probably. If he came back out, it was probably like a minor concussion, if that.
I think, first of all, I think the New York, the people in New York have a little too much say in what goes down. If Kenny went back in and all of a sudden people are saying to pull him out, I think that's bullshit. First of all, if he passed the test on the sideline to go back in, and then one drive later, I mean, maybe if there was something bad and maybe Kenny just pulled himself out, I don't know the story. I would like to know the story, but I don't know, man. It seemed kind of weird to me. If he went back in, he should have stayed in. And the fact that he goes to the locker room and that's basically they announced that he was out like right away. I don't know. It's not even like he went to the locker room for further evaluation. It was like, oh, he went to the locker room because he's out now. Fucking Tua fucked us.
I'm not really sure what happened, honestly.
It's kind of confusing. I've never seen him go back in and then take him out like after one drive.
Yeah, without knowing everything, I don't really know what to say.
Yeah.
Did he pull himself? Did he lie on the first test? Who knows?
Do we know?
I think Kenny, because this is his second concussion. I think he knew what to expect when they were gonna test him, so he knew how to finesse. Kenny was gonna get back out there no matter what.
And, is this like the fake slide of concussion protocol?
He fake slid the concussion protocol. He pump faked. He got by. He knew the answers already. He knew what he had to say when what they were gonna question. Whatever. I hope he's all right. And I think I think if he plays, we win this. If he lose, should wait for predictions to say this. So let's just go ahead. Let's go ahead. Did we read the odds out already?
Yeah.
All right.
38.5 over under. You want to go with that first?
Let's do everything at once when we go by our predictions.
All right.
Who's
Junior,
first?
you go.
Junior? Woohoo.
I'll damn. I want to say as much as I do want to see us win, I think we're gonna take an L. It's gonna be fucking. I think I'm gonna take the under.
Wait, you
I'm gonna
want to see
say
us win? This is new for you.
I with the a little bit of sarcasm in there.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take the under at 21 to fucking 14. I think this offense is fucking anemic. There's nothing going on. Also, I would even say 28-14. Damn, that's not the under though. Just because I think Foreman and Hubbard are really nice in the backfield, and our front defense is dog shit. I'll say 24-14. 24-17. I feel good about that. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go 27-20 Panthers. So taking the over by a lot.
I'm gonna be taking the over as well, and I'm gonna assume Kenny plays, and I'm gonna say 22-21 Steelers.
My over is assuming Kenny plays.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he plays.
Same.
22-21, 22-21 if Kenny plays, 28-17 if Mitch plays. That'll do it for predictions though. This is going off though what the money line or the line on Monday afternoon, right? Monday evening. So it'll change during the week when this is up. Should we play the game and then we'll call it now as per usual? How are we looking?
All right, over under Najee touchdowns.
0.5.
0.5.
Oh, 0.5. Yeah.
Take the over.
He had one last week. I think they try to reestablish their ground game, and he'll get one again this week. Even though it was slow, he only had like 22 yards yesterday. I think he gets
All
one.
right, over under Pickens targets 3.5.
Over.
Over. I think this is a game we force feed him if Kenny plays too. Over under Deontay. Loss of yards after catch.
I was gonna say.
Let's do negative 4 yards over or negative 3.5.
I was gonna say
over.
Under would be negative.
Under
like 10,
would be
right?
more negative, right? Yeah, so we're taking
I'll
under
take the
here.
under. Yeah. Smash
that was
the
funny.
under.
I was gonna say the same shit. Be like over under Deontay yards after catch 0.
Yards after catch. Fuck.
0. You still take that? Fucking Deontay, dude.
I'll go over under turnovers. 1.5 that we get
Total for the whole game or from our defense?
From our defense.
I'll take the over. I think
the team like the Panthers doesn't have back-to-back good games like that, so I'm gonna go over.
I'll take the over too.
You said
I think it's just like I trust Arnold to throw an interception, and then I trust the Panthers to like be a shitty team.
He only threw like wait, did he only throw like 14 balls last week or something? I think he only had like 20 attempts, less than 20 attempts yesterday. Oh, he had 24.
Who the fuck did the Panthers play?
They played the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
He went 14 for 24, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Jesus.
That's terrible.
Surprisingly, that's better than what Ravens quarterbacks went for yesterday.
That's not surprising.
I think the Ravens quarterbacks only completed 11 total passes yesterday.
I don't remember a play to a wide receiver except for the one to Deshaun Jackson.
Jesus, huh?
And they went
11 for 17. They passed the ball 17 times.
That's Atlanta tier.
We'll go
Kenny passing yards over under 180.
over. I think.
Like I was gonna say 200.
I was gonna say like 195.
200? All right, over under 200.
Under. I think.
Has Kenny had a 200-yard game?
He threw for over 300 against the Bills.
Oh shit.
The Bills or the Bengals?
I think both, actually. No, it was probably like 250 against the Bengals.
Fuck. Over 300 against the Bills, and we scored fucking, 3 points?
Yeah.
Well, the whole game was garbage time.
The whole game was garbage time, and Deontay fucking dropped like 4 balls in the red zone.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
When you guys wanted to pay Deontay?
No, I the only reason I defended Deontay's contract is because
It's. I mean,
it was
I
cheap.
brought this up a couple times this season too. Like, why did we pay this guy? And right away, Junior would say, "Ah, it's cheap, it's chump
The
change."
deal is not bad, but
It's like this. He's not worth the low deal.
it's just the idea of paying him that I don't like. But
Well,
that
it's not like
contract is
we didn't even
not
give him
bad.
a long contract, dude. At the time, it was decent because like okay, Deontay's like our wide receiver one, and like we didn't even like commit to him. Like we committed to him for 3 years, and even then, like the contract is we could drop his ass if we wanted to.
I have something. I want to ask you guys. I know we pump a lot of shine for Jordan Addison. You know, we like USC. He played with Kenny. Blah 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 blah. What wide receiver core are you taking this year or next year if this happens? Pickens, Addison, and Deontay, or Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd.
Chase.
Jamar Chase.
You're taking them over ours?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jamar Chase and
Dude.
T. Higgins are better than any of those three guys.
Fuck. Okay, never mind. I thought that would be a sick comparison. I thought they'd
if
be.
Addison
Addison
wide
pops off
receiver
in the
one.
NFL, if Addison turns into like that tier of Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, but who knows?
But
Is Addison still the best wide receiver in college right now, or no?
I think
Probably.
I think he's top 2 for sure, and there's like a debate over who's higher in the draft this year. Him and some other guy.
Is Addison going to be there at let's say 13, where we are right now?
Most likely.
I think so.
Fuck, I think we should take him.
I
And
think
cut Deontay.
the only other receiver is the guy from TCU, and that's because just he's a big target, and you know that's who draws the higher the draft value.
I think this draft is not wide receiver heavy.
Like last year.
They're gonna go higher because people are gonna have to value them more.
And that's another thing too. There's a lot of good teams higher in the draft because of the trades they made. I mean, I don't know if they need wide receivers. I thought the Eagles need wide receivers. They have AJ Brown, right?
Yes.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Chicago needs wide receivers.
Chicago's not gonna take fucking anyone.
I think they're gonna take a defense, right?
Wouldn't be surprised if they take a receiver.
At pick number 3, I don't see it. There's no way.
I think
That's too high.
I mean, yeah, we need a lot of needs, but the Bears are the Bears right now.
Dude, the Bears defense is terrible.
After giving, I mean, I just don't see it just because they gave up a second rounder for Claypool already, and they're not going to give up a first rounder for another receiver too.
You know it sucks too. Like they gave the second rounder for Claypool, and they didn't even negotiate a contract extension with him. So they're gonna get so fucked if he's like, hey, you guys gave up a second for me. Like you have like let me fucking know. Give me. I mean, if you're the Bills, if you're the Bears, you already gave up a second for Claypool. You're fucking balls deep.
What went into that, man? They're gonna give us the 33rd pick or some shit.
Con got finessed, or not Con? Con finessed them.
Con artist, let me know.
That was a Con's looking good so far. I have more faith in Con right now than I do in Tomlin.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
So far, there hasn't been a Con move where I've been like, "What the fuck?" Like even the Deontay contract at the time, I'll stand by it just because of everything.
He got the Minka. He got the Minka deal done. He got the Boswell deal done. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm excited. Hopefully, there's another element that we were missing the past few years that gets added in.
I hope he has that aggressive mentality that other teams have.
Yeah, I mean.
Honestly, our best move in the last decade was trading from Inca, and that's like the most anti-Steelers move.
It shows you that we're not afraid to pull the trigger. It's just like we gotta be really certain.
We are afraid to pull the trigger.
I think we just. I mean, we did the Devin Bush thing too, man. It's just that was a miss though.
We didn't really give up that much to go up for Bush.
Well, we gave up our first and a second. That's not that bad. It was like to go from like 17 to 10, I think, too, right?
Just a second round pick to move up.
That's not bad. But even then, it still sucks that Bush fucking sucks.
Yeah, I don't. Do I see him coming back? Yeah. Do I want him back? No.
I hope we give him the Edmonds treatment where it's like, here, take it or leave it. Like
that's what I see happening, honestly. That's what I see happening. But
eventually, I mean, you got to hit on some of these picks, man. Like, we need a linebacker. We don't have any. Like, I feel like our defense throughout the years has always been built around like having, really, really good linebackers, and
Oh yeah.
we've had mediocre ones since Shazier.
Yeah, I mean, Shazier and Timmons were like the anchors of that defense for a couple years. Like, we ready to let go of Timmons like what, 2015, 2016?
Remember Jason World? That guy fucked us over.
That was a miss. Jarvis Jones missed. Bud Dupree, Fucking Artie Burns, Sean Davis missed. Like these are moves right now. These guys would be in their prime if they weren't a fucking miss. That's the thing.
Didn't we get? Isn't Sean Davis? He was a second rounder, I think, right?
Yeah, it was Artie Burns and Sean Davis back to back.
Fuck.
Who was the third pick
Remember
in
how
that draft?
excited we were? No idea.
Probably like Hargrave when you think about it, dude.
It might have been.
Let me see.
The only one that was worth it, and we don't even have that fucker.
2016
guys won the
Steelers
Patriots.
draft. Artie Burns, Sean Davis. It was Hargrave.
We don't have any. What year was that? 15?
2016.
We don't have any of our picks from 2016.
That is.
Any of our top.
That's 6 years ago. These guys should be 28 right now. That's their prime.
We
Veterans.
fucking missed so hard on that shit, dude.
2017 was a solid draft. I'll say that though. TJ, Juju, Cam Sutton, James Conner, Josh Dobbs. Nothing really in the later part, but I mean, yeah. You gotta hit, man. If you're not gonna make it big moves in free agency. Oh yeah, we're ranting on from what we said earlier about how we're just missing you guys though. It'll be an interesting offseason. I'm looking forward to the draft process. Similar to last year how we did it.
Super Bowl teams are built on like once in a lifetime drafts, like the fucking Seahawks, where they got like 7 Pro Bowlers in one fucking year, and they just built the Legion of Boom like that. Or you have to be aggressive as fuck, like the Broncos with Peyton Manning last year, or the fucking Rams. It takes it like the league moves too fast, and everything is too fucking volatile with injuries to like be building super slow.
I agree. It's just the Steelers aren't gonna go for that quick fix. You know what I mean? They won't go all in on 1 year, knowing that it's gonna be at the expense of a couple years after. They're gonna build a team that'll consistently try to get them in the open or have the window open, and it's just missing on so many draft picks has let us down. Just getting fucking outclassed. It looks like out talent. But that'll do it now, right? And rant. We'll save a lot of this for the post season recap, pre-draft. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we're making moves on the coaching staff this off season. But for now, let's just enjoy these fucking games, and just hopefully Kenny fucking starts ripping it more. I'm tired of seeing him pass like for only 25 times a game. Hopefully he plays too.
Hopefully Kenny gets some audibles.
Open up the playbook, coach.
Fuck, Canada has 10 plays, but there's not much to open up.
You mean, hey, he could go from jet sweep 1 to jet sweep 2. You don't know that?
Hey, is it just me or did jet sweep die when we traded Claypool?
Fuck.
It went from like 7 times a game to like 1 maybe.
Didn't we give one a Zach Gentry?
That was a shovel pass. Have you seen that play since like the Colts game?
That's probably the fucking dumbest play I've ever seen called. That's the last guy you want to give a fucking shovel pass to behind the line.
I don't know.
How many of you guys wanted to see Gentry come in at quarterback?
Oh, that was funny seeing Twitter say Gentry season, put in Gentry. That's how bad Mitch. You know how bad Mitch is right now? People are saying for Mason to play if Kenny can't play this weekend.
I'd be okay with that.
I think I'd rather see Mason. We could still trade his ass.
He only has 1 year. Oh, this is last year. He's gone after this year. He's going to fucking Colts or some shit.
Damn, if I was a Colts, I would take that.
Mason.
Tank Commander Mason. Yes, sir.
God. That all right. Cutting it. We're already gonna hit the 40-minute mark here. See y'all next week. After this game. We'll see if we're mathematically eliminated yet. But yeah, until then, peace out.